Hello everyone, we are going to look at question number 4 on the Neco 2021 past question and answer, paper 2, part 1. Question number 4 says differentiate y equal to x square over 1 plus x square with respect to x. And we've also seen that in the B part, you're asked to solve the equation 2 over 3 into bracket 3x plus 2x equal to 3 over 4 into bracket 2x minus 3 minus 3 close bracket. So if you are asked to do that, we're going to look at the first solution. If you have not subscribed to this channel, I'll advise you to do that because you are going to get instant messages and notifications as more of the videos of these past question solutions tutorials are being published. So endeavor to hit the subscribe button now. Now let's go straight to the question number 4A. Let's go to our whiteboard, and question number 4A, we are going to consider the differentiation of y equal to x square all over 1 plus what? Plus x square. Now I want you to note that with our normal differentiation of the differentiation of values like this, we might not be able to get this because the denominator has two what? It's not a single term. It has what? Two term, 1 plus x what? Square. So differentiating using the normal differentiation formula might not be able to what? Might not work out well. So what we need to do now is we are going to see how we use the quotient rule in solving this question. And what does the quotient rule says? That if we are finding the dy dx of any value, it will be equal to, we have our v du dx, minus u dv dx all over what? V square. That's the formula for what? For finding the calculating the differentiation of any value that has what? That has that had double terms in the denominator. Now, since we have this value, we are going to now find the various parameters vu, the u dx, the v dx, and then we can now slot in this what? We can now slot in these parameters. Now, from our from this equation that was given, we can find out that our u is equal to what? X square. Our u is equal to x square, and since our u is equal to x square, our du dx will be equal to what? 2x. Remember, du dx is what? 2 times x raised to power 2 minus 1, which is equal to what? 2x. Now we will also have our v to be equal to 1 plus what? 1 plus x square. Now our dv dx now will be equal to what? Differentiation of 1 will give us 0 because it's a constant. That will give us 2x. Now differentiation of x square will give us 2x, 2 minus 1, which is also a what? 2x raised to power what? 1. So that is that. So we are going to now look for the value of our v square. Our v square will be equal to 1 plus what? 1 plus x square, divide all in bracket what? Square. So if we expand this, we are going to have what? 1 plus x square bracket, then 1 plus what? X square close bracket. So if we simplify this, 1 times 1 will give us 1 plus what? 1 times x will give us x square plus what? X squared times 1 will give us what? X square, and then x squared times x square will give us plus what? plus x raised to power what? 4. This will now give us 1 plus what? 2x square plus what? Plus x raised to power what? 4. Now that is the value for what? For v square. So now let's plot in this whole parameters into this equation. Now we find out that our dy dx now, our dy dx is equal to what? V, which is equal to what? 1 plus what? X square times what? The u dx, which is equal to 2x, right? Good. Minus what? Minus u, which is equal to what? X square times what? The v dx. And the v dx is what? The v dx is equal to 2 what? 2x. All of this will be over what? 1 plus what? 2x square plus what? X raised to power what? 4. So if we simplify this, we are going to have 2x times 1 will give us what? 2x plus what? 2x times 2x square is going to give us what? Is going to give us 2x times 2x square is going to give us 2x raised to power what? Is going to give us 2x raised to power 3, right? Because 2 plus 1 will give us 3. So that will give us minus what? X squared times 2x will give us what? 2x raised to power what? 3. All of this will be equal to 1 plus what? 2x squared plus what? X raised to power what? 4. So mathematics is patience. You take patience. With patience, you can break down larger mathematical equations. So this will cut what? This will cut this. So our dy dx now will be equal to what? 2x all over what? 1 plus what? 2x square plus what? Plus x raised to power what? 4. Now you can't be able to simplify this because you have to, mathematically it's not possible because you have 2x square plus what? Plus x square. Now assume we have what? X square plus what? Plus x square. It can be possible because this will give us 2x what? 2x what? But the powers are what? Different, so we can't differentiate, we can't reduce further. So our dy dx now will be equal to what? 2x over 1 plus 2x square plus what? Plus x raised to power what? X raised to power 4. That's the differential value for what? For x square, y equal to x square over 1 plus what? Plus x square, using the what? The quotient what? Rule to solve that. Now that is for that. Now let's look at the next question. The next question now says solve the equation 2 over 3 into bracket 3x plus 2 close bracket equal to 3 over 4 open bracket 2x minus 3 close what? Bracket. Now let's look at how we can equally solve this equation. You are asked to just simply solve this equation. Now, having opened a free sheet, let's look at how we can go about solving this equation. We are told that we have 2 over 3 into bracket what? 3x plus 2, right? Equal to 3 over 4 into bracket what? 2x minus what? Minus 3. Now I want to see how we can simplify this what? Equation. To start with, the first thing you need to do is to know that this denominator, this fraction is for these two values. So that will give us what? 2 into bracket 3x plus 2 all divided by what? 3 equal to what? 3 into bracket 2x minus 3 all divided by what? 4. Now, in this instance, the best thing you need to do is to reduce the numerator first before we cross multiply, because it is cross multiplication that is holding these two what? These two fractions. Now, let's go about doing this. Let's simplify the numerator. Simplifying the numerator, 2 times 3x will give us what? 6x what? 6x plus what? 2 times 2 will give us what? 4 all over what? 3. This will be equal to 3 times 2 will give us what? 6x minus 3 times 3 will give us what? 9 all over what? All over 4. So having simplified this, the next thing we need to do is to what? Is to cross multiply. Now, when we cross multiply, we are going to have our 4 into bracket 6x plus 4, right, equal to what? 3 into bracket 6x minus what? Minus 9. Now, when you are solving question like this, you have to take note of the signs as you multiply. Now, 6 times 4 is going to give us 24x plus what? 6 times 6 is going to give us what? 16. That will be equal to what? 6 times 3 is going to give us what? 18x, right? Minus 3 times minus 9 is going to give us minus what? 20 what? 27. So the next thing we need to do is to collect like terms. We'll have our 24x common to what? 18x. So when it crosses here, we'll get what? It becomes what? 8 plus 18x becomes minus what? 18 what? X, right? That will be equal to what? Minus 27. When 16 crosses this way, it gives us minus what? Minus 16. So 24 minus 18 will give us what? Will give us 6x to be equal to what? Minus 16 minus 27 minus 16 will give us minus 27 plus 16 will give us what? That will give us 3 and what? 4. That will give us 43. So our x now will now be equal to minus 43 divided by what? 6. Minus 43 divided by 6. Now our x will be equal to what? 43 divided by 6 will go 7 times, because 7 times 6 will give us 42. So 7 times 2 will give us 46, 2 remainder 1. Remember the negative sign. So our x now will now be equal to minus 7 whole number 1 over what? 1 over 6. So you see, we'll finally what? We'll finally reduce that what? We finally solve that equation to its what? To its simplest term. This is the value, the question you are given, and you are asked to solve the equation. So if you can do these two questions successfully, you must have what? You must have gotten your what? Your 8 marks complete, waiting for what? For you. Now, all slow but steady is what is required to solve questions like this. So when you are given any question like this, take your time, solve it to get your right solution instead of rushing through it and getting hooked up on the way. Thanks so much for watching, and I want you to expect the next and last video, question number 5. If you have not subscribed to this channel, then you can hit the subscribe button so that you can get notified when that video is published. Thanks so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you watch our next video.